classic tale about a time of peace and the consequences of war. Betty?
A long, oh, so long ago. Well, it was back when woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers roamed Alaska. Why, Alaska was a warm place to live any day of the year. You could go out of your dwelling and pick fresh fruit from the trees and gather flowers for your table. And across the waters that we now call Cook Inlet lived a village of gentle giants. Oh yes, they were much bigger than us. And in that village was a young couple, very much in love. The young woman's name was Susitna, and the young man's name was Nakatla. They went to their elders and they said, "We'd like very much to have a wedding, for we are very much in love." Now it so happened the tradition in this village was that when someone got married, the whole village came together to prepare for the wedding. And so it was on this particular night. There they were, all of them, laughing and joking and making preparations for the wedding for Susitna and Nakatla. Well, they were making so much noise they almost didn't hear that little feeble knock on the door, but someone heard it. The door was open, and standing there was a very harrowed-looking young man. He could hardly get the words out. Warriors, come, warn you, burn. And then he just almost collapsed. So they picked him up and they brought him inside. They sat him down and they gave him water. And when it was so he could, they gave him food to eat. And finally, he was able to talk in complete sentences. And so he said to them, "Warriors from the north came down to my village, and they burned all of our houses, and they killed all of our people, and I am the only one who managed to get away. And I have come to warn you." Well, as soon as he had eaten a little bit more, he went on his way, then to warn another village. Well, the elders stopped all of the planning for the wedding, and the elders gathered into a big circle. Nakatla and Susitna went over in the corner, and they just sat. Of course, they were very sad. But the other people of the village gathered around. They wanted to hear what it was that the elders were going to come up with to protect their village. Well, one of them stood up and said, "Well, I think we should fashion weapons any way we can. And then let's go up that trail to the north and let's meet those warriors before they come to us." And another one said, "Oh no, we can't do that." "Oh, well, I agree with you. We should fashion weapons, but no, don't go looking for trouble. Let's wait until they come to us." And another one said, "Well, we don't know anything about weapons. We don't know how to make weapons. Our people, well, we gave up all that war stuff years ago. I think we should just go out in the woods and hide. We can hide behind the trees. And then when they come, they'll see that our village is empty. There'll be no reason to burn our village. Well, finally, Nakatla stood up and he said, "May I speak?" And they said, "Yes, Nakatla." The elders wanted to know what idea Nakatla had. And Nakatla said, "I have an idea, but I don't know if there's anyone in the room who's brave enough to do it with me. But I want to re-emphasize that our people gave up the ways of war eons ago. We don't know anything about fighting. We don't know anything about making weapons. I think we should do what it is we do best. Let us make peace." And I'm going to suggest that each of us go back to our homes tonight and let us make gifts for these warriors. Use whatever skills or talents you have and create something lovely and beautiful to give to these warriors. And maybe they won't want to fight and kill us. Well, they liked that idea. And so they all returned to their homes and they spent the night putting all their labor into making gifts. Well, Nakatla had told them, "Anybody who feels they want to go with me, meet me at the trailhead early in the morning." And when he got there, he was surprised, for every single man in the village was there with a pack on his back, and in that pack was a gift, many gifts, because the whole family had come together and prepared gifts for these warriors. Now, a lot of the women had arrived to see the men off, but where was Susitna? Well, Nakatla looked all around. He didn't see her, but then his eyes went up on that hillside, and there she was, and she waved to him. And he looked at his men and he said, "Please, just give me a few minutes. I'll be back." And he went up on the hillside and he took this lovely woman into his arms and he kissed her. And then he held her at arm's length and he said, "I promise you, when I come down from that trail, there will indeed be a wedding." And she looked up into his loving eyes and she said, "I know there will be. And when you come down that hill, you look up on this hill, for I will be here with my arms outstretched, waiting for you." And so again he kissed her, and then he left her, went down to where all of the men were at the trailhead, and off they went on the trail up north. And she stood there and she watched until the last man was out of sight. And then she returned to the village. She got her knife, her needle and thread, and she got baskets. And she brought them all back up on that high hill. And she spent the first day filling all of those baskets with fruit and nuts. And the next day she took her knife and she began to cut roots and the tall grass. And she wove all of that into beautiful baskets. Now, she still hadn't slept because she did so want to be awake when the Nakatla came down that trail. So, on the third day, she began to gather all of the beautiful flowers all around her. She took her needle and her thread, and she made a beautiful blanket. But by the fourth day, her body demanded sleep. And so she told herself, I will close my eyes just for a few moments, just to let them rest. But she was in such a state of fatigue, she went sound asleep. Now someone did come down that trail, and they came into the village and gathered all of the women. And he said to them, I want you to know that your husbands, your sons, your brothers were all extremely, very brave as they carried their gifts to those warriors. And just as Nakatla was presenting his gift to the warrior chief, someone threw a spear and all chaos broke loose. And they began to fight. And in such a short time, because the men had nothing from that village but their bodies to fight with, they were all dead or dying. When this one lone man from the village was able to escape and come running back to his village to tell them what happened. And the women's tears were so great that they arose and went up into the sky and formed a huge cloud overhead. And the women said, we must go up and tell her, tell that little bride-to-be that will not be what has happened. And so all of the women decided they would go together, and they went up on that hill and they found her, and there she was, sleeping soundly underneath that beautiful blanket of flowers. They didn't have the heart to wake her. Oh, she'll find out soon enough, they said. And so they just let her be. Why don't we just sit here or lie down beside her, and when she awakes, that will be soon enough to tell her. So that's what they did. And then the temperature of the air began to drop, and it began to get very cold, and all warmth and joy was leaving that village. And then it grew so cold that the limbs on the fruit trees broke and fell to the ground. And then suddenly, something was falling from the sky. First one, another, and another. Why, Alaska was having its very first snowfall. And it snowed for 7 days and 7 nights. And those days grew into hundreds. And those hundreds grew into thousands and thousands. And finally, warmth did return to Alaska. But just 3 months out of the year, June, July, and August. And instead of the gentle giants, other people came to live in Alaska, and they were more the size of you and me. And those saber-toothed tigers and the woolly mammoths, well, they were replaced with bears and caribou and moose. And if you walk along the coastal trail and you look across the water, you will see Susitna lying there. If it's summer, you'll see her beautiful blanket of flowers. And if it's winter, she'll be wearing a beautiful white blanket. Now, as the legend goes, when there is peace all over the world, Nakatla will return. And when he does, she will wake up, and there will be a wedding.
Thanks for watching this video. To learn more, scroll down to the information window below. It's going to look similar to this one. And while you're there, you can also find a clickable link to our website, storytellersguildofanchorage.org. Here you can learn more about our group and get information on new and upcoming events. And for more videos like this, please also check out our YouTube channel, Storytellers Guild of Anchorage, by clicking here, right below the video title. It's going to take you to our channel page where you can see more videos like this one. See you next time.